John Constable. You may call him the romantic painter. You may also call him the radical landscape painter. But during his own lifetime, landscape painting was unfashionable. He had to struggle a lot for financial success as well as for recognition. But today he is considered to be the greatest and most original of all British landscape artists. He is particularly renowned for his views of the Stour Valley in Suffolk, Salisbury Cathedral, and Hampstead Heath. He was brought up in the country, and out of his deep love for the English landscape grew a determination to record its beauty, to capture its moistness, light, and atmosphere, as well as its shapes and colors. Today, his genius is acknowledged throughout the world, but he was 39 before he sold his first landscape. And although his magnificent paintings were acclaimed in France, the Royal Academy in London refused him full membership until 1829, just 8 years before his death. This is an important painting of John Constable named as Boat Building. This is the only canvas John Constable painted entirely out of doors, and it shows his father's boatyard beside the River Stour near Flatford Mill. The barges built here carried flour from the mill downstream to Mistley on the coast. This is another important painting by John Constable named as Flatford Mill. This painting shows how on a warm summer's day, a boy unties his tow horse from the birds before it passes under Flatford footbridge. It is late afternoon. In the meadow on the right, a haymaker casts a long shadow as he finishes work for the day. Here comes his most famous painting named as the Hay Wain. This painting shows the tranquil scene at Flatford Mill in early summer. Here you can see the dog, and it looks up as an empty hay wagon crosses the Stour by Willie Lott's cottage on its way to the meadow beyond. Constable's own name for his picture, which took 5 months to paint, was Landscape Noon. Finally, the present name, that is Hay Wain, was given. The sun is out of the picture, high and slightly in front of us. Scudding clouds throw patches of shadow across the green fields. This is another important painting named as Salisbury Cathedral. The Bishop of Salisbury himself commissioned this painting, which records the view of the cathedral seen from his garden. The bishop and his wife are shown by the gate on the left, looking at a storm cloud billowing over the spire. That cloud caused Constable a great deal of trouble. It was originally much darker, and the bishop disliked it so much that he asked for the sky to be improved. This is another important painting, the Admiral's House, Constable's views of Hampstead, then a small village outside London, are often painted in the brisk, vigorous style of his oil studies. And this is the painting named as Cornfield. A view near East Bergholt shows the narrow lane which Constable took as a schoolboy on his way to Dedham. The metal plough is accurately observed and the July flowers were copied from the specimens, but unusually Constables invented the search tower seen in the distance. This is another important painting of Constable. This striking watercolor evolved from a pencil sketch Constable made on his only visit to Stonehenge for 16 years earlier. In a history of landscape painting, John Constable's name will always be remembered.